Hey, love is in the air. Hey, don't make this common mistake when you try and draw a rose. My name is Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. Come on, let's get to work.
Who draws.
Hey, my name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws, and today I'm going to show you how to draw a rose. So let's get into this. Let's see, is this all right? Let me just turn this on. This went off here. Yeah, we're going to look at a rose, and I'm going to show you some very basic ideas that I really think are going to help you draw a rose in any position, not just oh, it's snowing there, AJ. Nice. So early. So let's talk about a rose, and I want to show you some techniques that I think will really help you, okay, to draw a rose from any position you can imagine. So first off, I want you to get accustomed to drawing an oval. So when we draw an oval, let me show you the basics, and this really isn't an oval class, but it's quite simple. This line right there would be considered the minor axis, okay? When you draw an oval, what happened? There we are. And if you drew one side, you want to make sure that that side is perfectly reflective across the minor axis. The minor axis is the shortest distance between across the oval there. You see that? So let's do another one here. Let's draw. There's the minor axis, and I'm trying to get this to where it's perfectly mirrored. You see that? And I could draw one super like this, super foreshortened. Foreshortened means it's squished. Or I could draw one that is far less foreshortened, okay? So this is the first thing. I really want you to get good at drawing ovals. All right, next. Let's draw an oval, like I just said. So do something like that. Look at that. All right? And then next thing I want you to do is to draw a giant U like this. You know, the biggest mistake I think we make when we draw a rose, we think of it as flat. Instead, what I want you to do is think of it, let me come back here, think of it as a teacup almost. And if you keep this in mind, it will help your rose to have volume and mass. So if the rose is more front facing, it's going to be more like this, you see? If it starts to fall away from you, it's going to be more foreshortened. It might point in this direction. It might point in that direction. It might point in that direction. If you maintain this idea and understand just how to draw this form of a cup, it's really going to give you a foundation to build all the details upon, okay? Hey, listen, my name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws, and there is the secret to your success. All right, let's get back to our video. Okay, so I want you to start thinking of this as a volume. You know, it's. I want you to think of that as mass. Okay. Then put a little dot, just for fun. Put a little dot right in the center. And this is what I want you to do next. Watch me first, and then I'll pause and let you do this second. So I'm just going to come out like this. And then let it just run into the side there, okay? So go ahead and try that. Take your time. In fact, you know what I'm going to do is, as you're drawing that, just in case if you're like, oh my gosh, this looks awful. I can't do that. Well, I'm going to draw another one so you can practice drawing. Put a little dot in the center. Then go out wide, 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 and then just blend it right in, okay? Let's do it one more time. And if you notice, this oval's foreshortened, less, and even less. All right. And then we'll put it right in the center. All right, here we go. There. Oop. I went a little crazy on that. All right, so there you go. Now, you don't have to do 3. Just get one good one. That's all I want. You can always come back a little bit later and do more. All right. So let's start. I'm going to label these so I could keep them straight as I'm talking. So let's start with A, and right at the edge there, just put a little mark just like that. You see that? And then put another one just like that. And then another one. And you can see what I'm doing here. All right, easy, easy, you got this. All right, let's come down to B. Now, if you're just working on one, that's just make it a good one. I'm just gonna go through all 3 of these and do it, just in case if you've drawn 3, okay? But you don't have to. So what I'm trying to do here is get you to understand the concept of like this spiral, okay? A spiral that's made with a flat, because really that's what a rose is doing. Let's start our rows of thinking it as a volume, okay? So first thing I'm going to do is draw an oval. Let's come in here now and draw that cup. Keep this light. What I'm kind of visualizing here is letter C's. All right, so we're going to do this sort of thing. These will get gradually bigger here. Watch this now. I'm going to come like this. Almost like a little heart. Now watch this curve now. We're going to come out and in. Okay, let's go to our next one. And once you see the pattern that I'm doing, I'm just kind of following through. So this is where my next petal is going to start. And let me show you now. Let me show you this here. Right there. That's where I put that dot. You see that? And we're going to draw this line here, coming over here. Well, we're going to end it right there, but this is what I want you to notice. You see that right there? Look how much further out that line goes. Okay, so if you're totally confused at this time, then I've done my job. No, I'm teasing you. Okay, look. So here we go. Just watch my line first, and then I'll slow down, and you can pick up your next line. All right. So here we go. All right. So this is gonna fold over just a little bit. Now this is the This is that petal that's folding over, okay? Like this. Just keep those lines, keep them light, and drop this one in. Let's get this line here. I'm keeping it light. And this kind of folds over as well. Just keeping it loose. Got to keep this thing loose. Don't do any erasing, okay? Even if it doesn't look like the picture, which mine doesn't look like the picture exactly, but just keep it loose. Nobody's knows it's not going to look like the picture. Okay, let's get this big petal here. All right, next mark, I'm going to come down and you won't see it yet, but we're going to put a mark right about here. Mark right about here. I'm going to put my other mark right about there. So let's get this one in here. It'll be a nice curve, and I'm just kind of lightly touching it, thinking round and just the beauty, the softness of these of this rose. Lightly come in like this. Okay. Okay, let's come up here now, right here. Just a smaller straight line. Okay, this is going to be a straight here. Slight. It's not a perfect straight, but it's just has a little slight curve to it. And then if you look closely at the picture, we've got a little curve here. It's like where this petal is folded over on itself slightly. You see that? So we have this drawn already. You see that? So what I'm trying to do is get this stair step. So we're going to draw something like this, something like that, and then we're going to come around like this, and then we're going to come in here like this. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So let me walk you through those lines again. All right, I'm going to start right here, okay? I'm going to come up here with a nice curve. Then I'm going to come back over here. There's my Y there. Okay, I'm going to come around to the outside there like that. And I'm going to come in here. Oops. Like that. Let's continue on. Let's do our next big petal here because I don't want to draw the sides of those petals until I get the bigger petal below that drawn. Okay, so I'm going to come all the way down here and put a dot. And then the other one, I'm going to put the dot way over here like this. Okay, here we go now. This is my next mark. I'm going to come in here like this. Oop. Okay, this is the part that's folding over here, so I come down again. I think the thing with roses is that there's a lot of leeway. You get once you get the basic concept of drawing around something and something folding over, boy, you could go to town and draw roses all day long. Okay, so this guy is coming down about there. Now think of it as a cup. Something like that. Okay. Now we could draw this petal on the right side there. Look over here. I'm going to use it like a slight S curve. And I could put the other one in a nice curve here as well. All right, let's get this back pedal in here. We're going to start here and just freehand this thing. And we kind of want to aim to get this, see this right here? We want to try and get that centered. So we got to add some more petals on the right hand side here. All right, so let's see. Let's look at our picture here. And this big one is like coming straight in. You see that? And it might even, oh, look at that. I think it's actually part of this. That one there. Interesting. Okay, we can get this guy in as well. And I'm thinking like, I'm really kind of thinking coming around. So it's, has some veins, or I don't know if they're called veins, but that one petal seems to have some veins in it. I once had a neighbor who, a long time ago, had done some time in prison. And he when he found out, when he found out that I could draw, he goes, "Oh, Kurt, you'd have no you'd have no problem in prison because you could draw roses on all the guys as love letters to their girlfriends." So, hey, listen, you never know where you might end up. So it's good to have some skills. Oh boy. All right, let's continue on here. All right, so look at that. There's that. There's that petal coming over there. And I think this is going to be our last petal here. Oh, look, there's one more back here. All right, look at our stem. Our stem has a slight curve to it. So let's put something in like that. We're going to come back and put tone in this, put some value in this in just a minute. But I don't want to run out of time. I want to show you some of these leaves, okay? So we've got our stem in, kind of a stem in place. And when it comes to these leaves, I want you to start thinking of just these circular ovals. I don't want you to think of leaves per se. I just want you to think of if you were just to take these ovals and put them in the right dimension to represent where these leaves are. So you're just taking a circle and you're maybe drawing it this way, then you're going to draw it this way, and then you're going to draw it that way. Let's use this leaf right here as our guide. All right, and then I'll show you how to draw that one, and then you can fill in the others. All right, so I'm going to put a little dot here to represent the point of the leaf. And then that is going to be the main vein. And I'm just going to come around here like this and use that circle as a guide. And you could use the same idea when you draw the other leaves, all right? Okay, let's jump into our rose here and add some value in it in the next 5 minutes here. So whenever I go to add value, this is what I want to think of in my head. I want to think of 3 tones. Okay, so there's my first tone. And there's my second tone. And then there's my darkest tone. 3 tones. All right, I'm going to squint. I'm squinting my eyes right now. And I'm going to just ask myself, I want to put my tone in. I want to put the lightest tone where there's shadow and then not put it in where there's not. So what I mean by that is like underneath this leaf, there's going to be tone. And it's going to be even. I'm not trying to accomplish any gradations right now. I'm just putting in tone where I see it. Is it dark or is it light? Trying to keep it that simple. And if it's not perfect, it's totally okay. Nobody's going to know because no one sees the picture. And there are so many, the rose has so much variation. So just don't be hard on yourself. Okay, that's my first pass. All right, let's go in for a second pass here. All right, I'm going to go a little bit darker. And I could even come in, even though we haven't gone into detail, we can add some tone to where these leaves are going to fall, along with maybe our stem as well, right? Last thing I'm going to do now I've got like at least two different values in here. I'm just going to go in and play with some of my lines, meaning I'm going to push and pull and get, almost like you're creating poetry by, let's say I have a sketched line like this up here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to come in, I'm going to push and then pull back on my pencil. Push and pull back. And this is going to create a line that has like a tapering. So you push down and you pull up. So this is what I mean. Watch this. So I'm going to push down and then pull up to try and get some variation in thickness. Push down, pull up. Not in every line, just some of these. Might even add, now this is where I'm not looking at the picture per se, but I'm like, all right, where do I want to add some surface lines? There's not a rule. It's like this idea will just come with time. The more you draw, you just start to get a feel for these things. You're just kind of pushing. It's like that sketching motion. Now, the last thing I want to do here before is I want to come in here to this the stem, it had some thorns. And I'm going to add some surface lines to really give a sense that that stem is round. Just follow the guides of your circles. And I think that will bring us to an end here. Thank you for watching and just sitting with me and drawing this afternoon. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws, and this was How to Draw a Rose. Please post your work in our Facebook group so we can check that out. All right? We'll see you guys later. Have a great day, okay? All right. Bye-bye.
A dad who draws.